Well, forget about all of this talk. Texas is turning purple. Here's the exchange that all but guaranteed, for the near term at least, the Lone Star State will remain safely red.
I don't know about in your state, which I think is a crazy state to begin with, and I mean that just as I said it.
Mr. Chairman.
Some of the policies.
But, Madam Chairman, the gentleman made a very defamatory statement about my state, and I will not stand here and listen to it.
Well, fine. Then you don't have to listen. You can leave if you choose. I told you what I think about Texas. I wouldn't live there for all the tea in China.
But there is no reason at all to impugn the people, the governor of a state of this country. And I will await the gentleman's apology.
You will wait until hell freezes over.
The gentleman...
for me to say anything in an apology.
All right, so Sherry Jacobitz on a Texas-sized blunder that could cost Dems big time. Now, we called both Congressman Hastings and Michael Burgess for an interview. They were not available, but Sherry, you're saying the damage is done.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to walk back from that when you can't qualify the statement. I'd hate to be the press secretary of Congressman Hastings, almost as much as I'd hate to be the person who answers the phone in that office, because I'm guessing it's ringing off the hook.
What the congressman meant to say, right?
Yeah, well, you know, he kept going on and on and on, and that's the thing. And what a silly thing to say if you're a Democrat, and you're saying this about a state that has 38 electoral college.
And has been moving closer to at least the purple column.
Exactly. You know, I think it's frustration on the part of the congressman as well as other Democrats. It obviously was not a pre-planned statement. It sort of came out in an emotional moment. The frustration that Texas is out of reach. Look, there's Republican policies in place in Texas.
Well, they thought they had a chance out in the gubernatorial election. They didn't get it. So is their ship come and gone?
Well, it may have. They seem to be writing it off. It is a winner-take-all state in the presidential, electoral vote situation there. But what's interesting to me is how blatant he was, and he didn't back down. And so I think that he at least has written off Texas, or he doesn't care about it. But in Texas, you've got Republican policies that are drawing in businesses, that are drawing in people. It's not like, oh, everybody in Texas is just a right-winger. You have people in that state enjoying living under the tax policies of Republicans. You had, Governor Perry almost openly taunting California, saying, the business.
Yeah, but now, he left Dodge just in time, because now the fall in oil revenues and the layoffs and drillers. I mean, Texas' story might not be so sweet, and a lot of Democrats could have seized on that.
Well, they might have just blown it. I think
they might have just blown it.
Statements like this don't help at all. But it's something. When you look at the folks in Texas, the Republicans, they've worked hard. Governor Perry worked hard. He never took anything for granted. He spent every day working hard, selling his proposals, and so it's not just an ideology. I really do think that Republican politicians, Republican bench has gotten stronger. More and more of them have learned how to go up against a hostile media and hostile Democrats, as we've seen in the hearing. And they've just gotten
worse
better
than being
at
a hostile Democrat is a condescending one, and then waving off an entire state with your comments.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that his phone is ringing off the hook. It should.
But you and I can remember a time when, Texas was safely Democratic. We always faithfully remember John Kennedy's visit there was to keep that in the Democratic column. And soon after the late 60s, it was all Republican all the time.
There's two things that Democrats can hope for. They want people, crossing over the border illegally and eventually getting them to vote so that they can then give them stuff and basically buy. That's what Democrats want to do in the border states.
That's a little cynical, but
we all know that that's what they are. I'm just stating the obvious. And the other is to make it not be a winner-take-all state in the Electoral College.
And a couple of states toy with that. All right, thank you very much, Sherry. Good seeing you.